Good early evening, Internet. My name is Morph, and welcome to FireBatHero versus Anytime. This is going to be a right treat, my friends. Now, for those of you who are aware of FireBatHero, he is a man who has shown supreme promise, as well as a few other things, against all races, with the exception of Protoss, the quite literal chink in his armour, which a lot of players do have. You know, they have just one race that they can't bring it up against. Now, FireBatHero always looks very nonchalant before his matches. He's usually seen yawning before his matches, unless, of course, he is playing a Protoss. Now, the Protoss who is stepping up to try and take the man down, 1 moment 0, is Anytime, who, I wouldn't say a tragic story, but I really feel for Anytime, because Anytime is known, he's known success in the past. He's won a major title, he's come in, you know, he's had, back in sort of 2006, 2005, he had some a couple of minor, yes, but still genuine accomplishments, and since then he's sort of just, I don't know, he's just lost the drive. His stats have cooled off. He's basically just sort of settled into just over to a sort of mid-50s percentile wise against most races. So I think it must be not tragic again. I don't want to make it too much of a melodrama, but it's just unfortunate that he's known success but hasn't been able to continue the success and really capitalise on it and become known as one of the great players, whereas FireBatHero could become known as one of the really true greats, as a proper, you know, Morat Journal Gerg, little sci-fi reference for my boys there. So if he can finally start performing against Protoss, now unlike players like Bisu, who will actively choose to fight the people that they are strongest against, as some of you may know, FireBatHero did go through a patch of actually trying to fight as many Protoss as he could to try and really pull it out of the bag and not have such a huge gaping weakness in his playstyle. So this is actually the first versus Protoss that FireBatHero has had this year, going for a gas first, so clearly going for a tech-based build. Probably maybe wants to get some early vultures out to get some good harassment off. This is only a 2 spawning position map, so therefore the scouting is just for information and not, you know, trying to actually find them. Obviously scouting is always for information, but you guys know what I mean. I'm just saying they can go straight there, find it out. They don't have the sort of, you know, mucking about as much. Anytime actually has been playing really well against, well, reasonably well against Terran at the moment. Terran's his medium race, it's 54%. And recently he's had wins over Boxer, I Love UV, and Light. So he's, you know, he's put in some good performances. He has lost to Flash Flash and Nada actually in the recent memory, but you know, losing to Flash doesn't really say a lot. Flash is on fire, you know. Flash is definitely, you know, one of the people to be watching out for at the moment. Supreme player, I'd say. Flash and Lita are my sort of 2 picks as, you know, the great Terrans of our age at the moment. In terms of Terrans who are, you know, on their uprise, I'd say Flash is probably approaching his mid-career. So anytime going for a nice little pylon blocking in there, a couple of the SCVs, at least one of them will actually be trapped in there, so it's not able to mine. Where the SCV though, back in Anytime space, having a little pop away at that pylon, I don't think it will go down before anything comes in. There goes the pylon, so that'll have delayed FireBatHero's economy a lot in the early stages of the game. We'll see whether Anytime actually has something planned with that, as in he's going to follow through with that tiny little economy delay, or if he's just trying to, you know, throw his opponent off balance as much as possible. So as I said, that pylon did not go down to the SCV there. There is a Dragoon, so although FireBatHero will be able to micro it around a fair bit, it will go down now, in fact. So that's what's going on with Anytime. FireBatHero, on the other hand, has been performing quite uselessly, as he usually does against Protoss, with a 40% win ratio. Just if you're the, I will quickly say, if you're the sort of person who's following the whole set of this is set 5, the ace matchup of Khan versus Ace. Khan, as in Star Trek II: The Wrath of. Anyway, so a lot riding on this match. Both players clearly really want it. They're really hungry for it. And of course, FireBatHero would absolutely love to be able to, you know, start to get some good Protoss wins in there. So we have the first siege tank out. No spinning at the machine shop as of yet. Looks as if FireBatHero is using the SCV to see if Anytime's got a natural expansion up. As I'm sure you notice, the command center is going up for FireBatHero, and then he'll float it down and in. We've also, as I'm sure you noticed, I don't usually say, you know, the very moment a building goes down, oh look, the observatory's going down, because I have faith that my listeners have eyes and are able to view things for themselves and try only to mention things when they become relevant. But nevertheless, as I'm sure you noticed earlier, that there is a robo down for the part of Anytime, so we will see some shuttles probably out in the near future. Maybe he'll go off with some early zealot bombs. I think that would be really good for him, because as you know, he knows already that his opponent isn't as confident as he could be against Protoss, so even before he gets Reaver Tech, just going in with a tiny little zealot bombs could really just throw his opponent off even more. Just a slight thought, I think that'd be quite good. So armory going up on the part of FireBatHero, so he will maybe have some Goliaths out that will be able to stop any drops that will be coming. Expansion going in for Anytime, and landing now the expansion for FireBatHero, quite wisely building a missile turret there, so that if any observers like that one right there that is coming in, and then building one by the mineral line as well. Really, really wise from FireBatHero. When you're up against a Protoss, you cannot skip on your missile turrets because you need that detection. So there's the robo support going down for Anytime, so he will be able to get some Reaver drops in a little while. I would say that, oh, I don't know, I mean, the Reaver drop is a very obvious way to go. It obviously works very well, but I don't think Reaver drops are going to win this for him. Obviously the economic harassment doesn't win you game, but what I'm saying is that I think that if he fails the Reaver drop, like if he does a Reaver drop without getting a significant amount of SCV kills, then FireBatHero will be able to respond to that with a timing push that could spell defeat for Anytime. So I've given you reasons why both players would want this victory. Anytime just because, you know, I think he probably feels that he should be doing better than he does. You know, I think he feels that he should be up there. Oh, looks like he's going for a pylon wall action. Obviously FireBatHero wants to romp some Protoss, because especially I think he lost 3-0 to BC recently as well, so I'm sure that didn't do very good for his confidence. Interesting thing actually about just indulging my narcissistic tendencies. So far, every game I've cast of FireBatHero he has lost. I've cast a Terran versus Terran of him versus Mind, which he lost. I cast Terran versus Zerg against Effort, which he lost. So I would like to see him actually win, you know, although he's not one of my favourite players. I don't necessarily approve of waving the cock about every time we win a victory, but nevertheless I would like to see him win, especially against Protoss. I definitely like to see him win against Protoss for the reasons I've mentioned. So it looks like we're going to have a double drop going down like a chav on a Friday night in a cheap nightclub, going up for the double drop. Little pills joke for you there, don't know if anyone got that. So Starport going up for FireBatHero, second machine shop coming out, so he definitely wants quite a few tanks. He is probably building that for the tankage rather than for any extra research, although of course having that other one spinning away doesn't really hurt you. FireBatHero going for a, as I'm sure you saw there, another missile turret behind his mineral line. Clearly, definitely, and rightly so, paranoid about Reaver drops coming in. I would then maybe like to have seen him already had a... so Vulture's coming in trying to harass this expansion. Thankfully it doesn't see the two shuttles, so still FireBatHero will be in the dark. I would like to have maybe seen some more Goliaths now on the part of FireBatHero, you know, who's paranoid enough about a drop to build another missile turret. I think he could have at least cracked out a couple of Goliaths, but that's just my opinion. rather than going for this mass siege tanking. So now the double drop is coming in. Let's see how effective it can be. One zealot, two zealot dropped in, another zealot dropped in right by the middle line. There is one Reaver out and there is the other Reaver out, doing a very nice split of the shuttles. So we have 4 zealots. Oh, unfortunately Scarab there getting caught. That's really, really unfortunate for any time. But now popping away at not only the armory but also the gas. One Reaver goes down. Hopefully it will be able to take down the gas. If this gas goes down, oh, armory goes down but not the gas. The gas is still functioning and now the shuttle is having to run away. The other shuttle is still alive, but it's only got a mere fraction of health left. And unfortunately the gas does survive, although the armory going down will hurt FireBatHero something fierce.